Hi guys, today we're going to watch a game with the Dwarf Preparation Stacking deck that I've made a deck about. The shadow side is Sauron Besiegers. Special flavor of Besiegers that is relying on controlling a lot of sites and stacking minions on sites. And here I'm playing against Temoran. Shoutouts to Temoran if he's watching. So I'm quite happy with this hand, with this initial hand. No mulligans here. We have Durin, we have Aragorn, and we have even 2 rings, so no even reason to fetch 4 rings with our 1 ring. It will make Durin very fat and beefy very fast. And we've won the bit with just 1 burden, so we'll be also able to use the first side to search for our preparations. And of course we'll clear the burden with Sam. We'll fetch for 1 more ring to put on Gimli. And that's actually all the rings that we can play from our deck. We have 1 more duplicate of Ring of Fury. So nothing much from our opponent here, just 1 minion with a mount. It's 12 power minion, but we have battle tested in our hand, so Durin will deal with him. And afterwards we'll stack battle tested to our preparations. So Durin becomes strength +2. It won't be able to kill the minion. The Dwarven Axe effect doesn't matter. But yeah, we'll stack this event here for later. And he has 1 minion, but he has 10 Twilights also, so I decided to not move second time. These are quite good cards, but they all require an orc to spot, so I discarded the big beefy orc, relying that I'll draw an orc, but I didn't. So I'll just be able to play 1 condition. And I'm wondering what's he's playing. Okay, we'll be able to reconcile. And the opponent decided to not move. We scared him, although we didn't have anything to play. So just make Durin a little bit more beefy and move on to the third side, to the sanctuary. We have our Slaked Thirsts, but we won't be able to play it since our opponent didn't actually play any minions here, just Grunt. And he seems to play also Golem. So we're at the regroup phase. We'll just use Preparation to stack one more card, just in case. And we'll actually discard Grunt and the Golem condition. A very key discard here, to be able to discard these two without him having a minion to sacrifice. So here he said he hasn't seen Fellowship like that. And I decided to stay at the Sanctuary. I have exactly 4 wounds to heal between my dwarves, and I'll heal one more from Sam. So here I understand from my opponent, he's just testing an idea, so not an established deck there. At this point I still have no idea what his Shadow Side is about, but we're about to see. So here I still don't have any orcs. This is the first orc I was able to play. But you'll see that I'm able to take control of a site right away with Dina Farms. I guess I was lucky here to take a site with just one orc. So these orcs become very beefy when you can start controlling sites and start stacking minions on a site. It's just you have to be able to do that at least a few times in the game. So a few conditions relying on having threats. So this is +1 strength from the site I control. And it's fierce. Here I can remove a burden to make it bigger, but I expected Smeagol to have some shenanigans. He removed one burden, so I decided to pass. If opponent doesn't do anything, I will overwhelm Golem anyway. So I'll pass. I guess he can add another burden to increase the power of Golem, but I can remove burdens too. And of course, he played an event cancelling the skirmish. And the second time he just wounded my minion with Pippin. So quite a nice Fellowship hand here. I will be able to play almost everything. Maybe I don't need the second ring. I might discard the first one, but it's only in the regroup phase, so I don't know, it's between the axe and the ring. And I decided to ditch the ring. Here the Besiegers start coming. But I also have the weapons for Gimli and for Aragorn, which makes them a little bit tougher. Here, I decided to add a few threats just to because of Gimli's battle axe ability. If you have one threat, he's damage +1. If you have two threats, he's strength +1. And if you have three threats, the archery, fellowship archery is +1. So although I don't have any fortifications to search for, I decided to just do the search for the threats. And let's check what opponent will play. At this point, I have no idea what his show is about. But my setup is quite good. I have 3 beefy characters. I have some for burden removal. I have preparations with 2 card stacking. The only thing I don't have is the ability to be able to play skirmish events from my preparation. And he played Golem and Orc Patrol, but he doesn't have an Orc to spot in order to discard my condition, so this is a good thing. I'm able to cycle Thirst and draw another preparation. So Durin will deal with Orc Patrol, and I don't have any burdens, so Golem is quite small. Aragorn or Gimli can easily overwhelm him. And Orc Patrol is dead. And Golem is also dead. I will exert Durin to stack Thirst because I can place Thirst if it's stacked. And also the health of Durin doesn't usually matter since he wins most of the skirmishes anyway. And I need the health of Gimli in order to protect my conditions from discarding. I guess I can exert any dwarf, but anyway. And here I drew my Sindri, so soon I could start playing my battle tested out of the preparations. So this time I will play a few orcs. I have the beefy ones, Gorgoroth Troop and Gottmunk. And Gorgoroth Assassin is quite useful. Gorgoroth Agitator, I don't really have any engines in the grave on the discard pile. And the opponent doesn't have more than 4 companions in order to add threats, but I'll be able to play my 2 beefy minions. Gorgoroth will make the opponent wound a companion. They are all +1 for the site, and Gottmunk is fierce also. I thought I can assign to Smeagol in order to block him, but he's ring bound. So I will block the ability of Pippin and possibly overwhelm him. Gorgoroth Assassin is quite good at that. Just getting in the way of utility companions in order to block their abilities. Just throw him in the way. It's quite good against the hobbits, against Smeagol, and against Faramir. For example, Faramir, the version that doesn't allow you to play any skirmish events or any abilities. And against Pippin, of course. So Bilbo already set up with consorting with wizards that prevents him from taking any wounds, except during the archery. Okay, and here Golem is trying to pump his power in order to not be overwhelmed. And I think I made a mistake here on the second pump. I decided to stack my assassin, although he was about to overwhelm Pippin. And I was still not able to overwhelm Golem, so Smeagol, I mean, so yeah, this was not necessary. And both Smeagol and Bilbo will not take wounds, so it's not good. But I will have one more skirmish with Gothmog, so I'll be able to stack him on a side as well with the Troop of ability. And here I decided to not remove any threats to stack this minion. I wanted to have threats to be able to play minions from my side. So I just passed. And maybe I don't need three preparations. Although I could have discarded Battle Trusted and then stacked it later. Okay, opponent reconciles. And I will play Sindri and the second preparation. And for now the Fellowship looks very strong. Very invincible. I'll give my opponent a side. I don't want the threats to go up to 6 threats. And he doesn't play anything. I will stack a few cards here with Sindri, just to be able to wound some companions. And I'm still not sure what my opponent is playing. So I decided to move. I was thinking maybe I can sacrifice some. And this minion is just killed from the one archery. I discarded Battle Tested. And here all my hand is Shadow. I will play Gorgoroth Keeper, Gorgoroth Berserker to take another side. Ihil Stone, exerting my Keeper. And that Marshes to be able to basically free my hand and be able to play a couple of conditions if needed. And here I sacrificed the Ihil Stone to be able to play Agitator. I'm not sure if this was needed. Oh no, I guess I didn't do it. I didn't do it. So I decided to remove a threat because I didn't have the initiative and exert this minion twice, which will make him beefy, 20 power since he's enduring. I have already 2 sides that I'm controlling. But yeah, I guess the opponent will be able to deal with him easily with so basically here he sacrificed Pippin and takes 3 threats. Probably he just wanted to clear threats to prevent me for playing my minions. And he killed my beef. Yeah, Keeper will stack himself on our side. And here I have exactly 5 wounds. So I felt very secure at this point. And I have 0 burdens, but you'll see in a moment that the opponent almost corrupted me. I was ready to throw some under the train, but yeah, you'll see I had to keep him. So now I have Thin and Stretch on Frodo. An opponent just placed like 5 burdens in one go. I'm trying to see what he used, and he used the Ring is Mine, which basically adds another burden. If you add a burden, it's at an additional burden. No point in use Thirst here. All minions are at 1 health. They're basically very beatable with Durin. And Gimli with 1 additional event. I'll play Battle Trusted here from hand. So Gimli will absolutely devastate this minion. And of course Durin will just walk through this one. And at this point I decided, no, I have to wait and remove some burdens with some. But I don't know why I decided to move on. Probably I decided opponent has nothing in his hand. And they did. This site allows you to play Golem in order to put 2 burdens, and they also had Enquia that was able to start killing some, and then during the maneuver phase I remembered that I can actually exert it twice with Thirst. And this prevented some from dying, or at least be exhausted. But at this point I was almost corrupted. I had 3 resistance left. Some would have removed 2 on the next turn. Here I was wandering back and forth who should basically kill Nelia and Quia. And who should deal with Golem. But yeah, I was able to deal with both of them. At this point, I know I just stacked a few more Battle Trusted and a few more Thirsts, just in case. I decided to heal my dwarves since I won't be able to heal soon. Here I will reconcile. I will discard Aragorn. And I received 1 more burden from Thin Stretched. So I was actually, with the sum removing burdens, I was 4 burdens away from being corrupted. Opponents played few allies, and I was able to ditch all my hand because of the discount. Everything in my hand is 1 less Twilight. The keeper is just 1. I was able to play Swarm. I was able to play the Soldier. And I was able to put a lot of tokens on this pump condition. So Agitator, although he won't be able to spot anything for threats, but all my minions, as you can see, are now 14, 15, 17. So I thought maybe I would be able to play any of my stack minions, but I don't have any threats, so I cannot. But I at this point I was thinking maybe 5 minions will be more than enough to overwhelm and to kill my opponent's ring bearer. But I was about to be surprised. He made Bilbo 10 power. And he left me with two 14th power minions. He had Bounder, so I will have to triple overall to have triple strength to overall Bilbo. And I decided, so I have like 38, 42. I will be able to overwhelm him, right? No problem. And he's not able to take wounds, so if I not overwhelm him here, it will be basically a waste of so much power. And I have 42, he had 10, but he was able to pump his strength with Boromir twice. So he was at 16 and he used his Bounder. And here I was not sure how much power did I needed. So 16, 48 power. So I needed just 6 more power. And I counted my tokens and I had exactly 6 tokens. So as I was able to pump my guys with exactly 6 and to make 48 powers. So yeah, the exact number I needed to overwhelm Bilbo, and I was able to win this game. So it was quite interesting. I was almost corrupted. You see that Sam is quite... So although I start with Sam, and you have Sam at the beginning, this deck needs to clear a lot of burdens, and because of the ring, the one ring, and also the bidding at the start. And if the opponent is playing some kind of a corrupting strategy, it's quite hard balancing act. But once you set up, your fellowship is quite strong, quite able to win all kinds of fights, and even exert, even won't. So, and the shadow side, once you have a couple of sites under your control, you can easily pump quite large minions. So yeah, that was the game. I hope you enjoyed it. If you do, please give it a like and maybe subscribe and follow the channel. Thank you, bye.